cheap projectors promise a big screen experience for the price of a mid-range TV, but most of the time they end up looking dim, washed out, and you spend a weekend hunting for a wall that's flat enough. That hesitation is exactly why I spent a few evenings actually setting up the LG HU915QE before hitting record. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I wanted to know if the ultra-short-throw laser model truly feels like a smarter buy or if it's just another overhyped gimmick that will sit idle in a corner. First off, the biggest reason people shy away from a projector is the fear of a messy setup. You picture a tripod, a ceiling mount, a tangled maze of cables, and a screen that looks like a white wall with a few imperfections. The HU915QE tries to flip that narrative. Its 0.19 ultra-short-throw ratio means you can place the projector literally 2 inches from the wall and still fill a 100-inch diagonal image. In practice, that translates to a sleek, almost tabletop footprint that doesn't dominate the room. I positioned it on a low console in my living room, aimed it at a smooth painted surface, and the image popped up without needing a dedicated screen. The convenience factor is a real win for anyone who lives in an apartment or a small home where ceiling mounting isn't an option. Now, let's talk about the picture. The unit delivers real 4K UHD 3840 by 2160 pixels, so you're not just getting a 4K upscaled image. Pair that resolution with 3700 ANSI lumens from a laser light source, and you have enough brightness to watch movies with the lights on, or to host a game night after dinner. In my tests, the colors stayed vibrant even when the room was lit by a couple of floor lamps. The laser technology also means the brightness stays consistent over time. You won't notice a gradual dimming after a few hundred hours like you might with a lamp-based projector. One of the biggest conveniences is LG's webOS 6.0 built right into the projector. This isn't a throwaway Android box you have to plug in. The interface is slick. You can scroll through Netflix, YouTube, Apple TV+, and a handful of other streaming apps without needing an external dongle. I was able to launch a 4K Netflix movie, pause it, and then switch to a YouTube cooking tutorial with just a few taps on the remote. The auto brightness feature also does a decent job of adjusting the lamp output based on ambient light, so you don't have to manually tweak the settings every time the sun sets. Ports matter, especially if you're trying to consolidate devices. The HU915QE comes with multiple HDMI inputs, a USB-C port for future-proofing, and even a LAN jack for wired network stability. I plugged a gaming console, a Blu-ray player, and a wireless streaming stick all at once, and swapping between them was seamless. For a home theater that wants to stay tidy, the expanded connectivity is a genuine advantage. So who should consider this projector? If you already own a decent sound system or plan to pair the projector with a soundbar or AV receiver, the HU915QE becomes the centerpiece of a true home theater setup without the need for a massive TV. Film enthusiasts who appreciate the immersive feel of a large image, gamers who want a 4K display on a wall, and streaming addicts who like the idea of a built-in smart platform will find the value compelling. The ultra-short-throw design also makes it a solid choice for classrooms or small conference rooms where you can't afford ceiling mounts but still need a large, clear picture. On the flip side, there are clear reasons to skip this model. First, the price point is considerably higher than entry-level projectors, so if you're on a tight budget and only need occasional movie nights, a standard 1080p short-throw projector might serve you just fine. Second, despite the laser's brightness, a truly dark room will still produce the best contrast. If your living space has large windows you can't cover, you'll notice some loss of deep blacks. Third, the unit is fairly large compared to a portable Pico projector. You won't be able to toss it in a backpack for on-the-go use. Finally, while webOS is convenient, it doesn't support every niche app out there, so if you rely on a specific streaming service that isn't in LG's App Store, you'll still need an external streaming stick. Now let's dig into the practical weaknesses that only become obvious after you start using the projector daily. The laser light source does generate a low-level fan noise that you'll hear if you sit close to the device. Think of a gentle hum, not a roar, but it's there. In a completely silent movie night environment, That hum can be noticeable, so you may want to place the unit a foot or two away from your primary seating. Also, the ultra-short-throw lens has limited keystone correction. If your wall isn't perfectly vertical, you'll have to physically adjust the projector's tilt rather than rely on digital correction.